Welcome back to another mind-blowing episode of the Show. We are two geeks who talk about everything. My name is Aaron, and I'm joined by my co-host and cousin, Landon.
Good day.
Landon, what are we
Yeah.
talking about today, man? Sorry,
Well,
I'm distracted.
I I feel like I mean this is going to be a bit of an improv for me because we're going to talk about a movie I haven't seen and you have, and so this will be interesting, you know?
Well, you're missing out. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It could be a
Um,
lot of oohs and ahs, on this side of the
we'll see how it goes. Uh, folks, if you missed our last episode, we talked about the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy that started in 2011 with Rise of the Planet of the Apes and concluded with War for the Planet of the Apes in 2017. It's hard to believe that was 7 years ago that
Mm.
we got our last Planet of the Apes movie, and now we are getting a new installment in the franchise that is currently out in theaters as of the day we're recording this. It's called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. At the moment, it looks like it's a standalone sequel that takes place 300 years after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes. It follows a young chimpanzee named Noah on a journey that will determine the future for apes and humans alike. I say it looks like a standalone sequel, but there's talk already of they want this to be the beginning of a new trilogy. So
It's done pretty good in the box office, hasn't it?
yeah, yeah. At least the first couple of weeks it was out.
Yeah.
So let's start with the plot. Noah, and this is sorry guys, I forgot to say, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Landon's prepared for the spoilers,
I am.
but you out there listening in or watching on YouTube, listening to the Spotify, uh, you might not be prepared for a spoiler. So spoilers are on. We are going to spoil the crap out of this movie. Okay,
Well,
are
let
you
me
ready?
ask you a few questions, all right? So I'm gonna ask you some questions to kind of get myself set up. Does this happen right after the last one, or does this happen like later, like a generation later, 10 years later, multiple generations later? How when does this take place, this movie?
300 years after War for the Planet of the Apes.
300 years?
We've gone 300 years further into the future. Yes.
Wowzer.
Yeah. So that
It feels
is
like 300 years since 2017.
a lot's happened since 2017. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
the world ended several times, I believe. I was here for it. I remember. Um, so yeah, plot wise, you've got Noah, who we mentioned, played by Owen Teague. He is from a falconry practicing ape clan.
What does that
After his
mean?
built, huh?
What's a falcon repaint? What does that mean?
Falconry, like
Like
falconers.
birds?
Yeah, the birds, the falcons that you have the big leather glove on, and
Oh,
the falcon comes and then lands on you, and you've got the
yeah.
blind cap on them. You take it off and they fly away.
There you go.
Falconry.
Okay.
Um. Anyway, his village is attacked by ape raiders led by Silva. And then Noah sets out to rescue his abducted clan members. Along the way, he meets Raka, who is an orangutan who shares Caesar's teachings, and May, who is a human scavenger who can surprisingly speak. This is the actress that you were referring to, who was on The Witcher, you said?
Yep. Yeah, she plays Siri. So yeah,
Okay,
she's a lead character.
got it.
She's
Uh,
great. Is she good in the movie?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah, she's good. Together, they uncover a hidden bunker filled with human technology and weapons that could change the balance of power between apes and humans. Um, having not seen it, what do you think of the plot so far? This kind of reintroducing human technology to apes that obviously do not have that access.
Are we talking like catapults and are we talking electricity? What are we talking about?
Uh,
I mean, outside of falconry. Falcon.
well, they were already doing that. That was something that the apes developed on their own.
Well, what, are we
Um,
talking about like, I mean, how advanced are we going? If we were to compare it to like human history, Are we in the medieval ages? What are we talking about here?
We're beyond that. Let's talk 20th century stuff.
Oh, really? So we're getting industrial.
I would say so.
Okay. Well, I'm interested in that because, like I said in the last podcast, I would like to see the progression there. Um, are the humans like dumb? Because we had Woody Harrelson who couldn't speak. Are we losing? Are they like dumb and
Yes.
feeble?
Most of the humans that we come across have no speech.
Why
Uh,
is why is the girl able? Is that like a plot? Is that like a big
that
deal?
is that's a plot point. Yeah.
I gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
one of those that we won't reveal on here. That's one of those. It's like,
That's a
let's
big
let
deal.
the people watch that one.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
But yeah, there's the I know that there is electricity involved in some of these this technology that we come across. So, um, it's definitely not like, I mean, I feel like if you're talking about weapons like slingshots, bows and arrows, things like that that you would have had thousands of years ago in human civilization, the apes have have come up with ways to develop that kind of thing. But coming across previously unheard of human technology 300 years later, that's going to be something significant. It's not going to just be, oh, look, we know how to create fire. You know. Um, I will say the cast is impressive. Like I said, Owen Teague plays Noah. Freya Allan is May. That's your Witcher Ciri. Kevin Durand plays the ambitious bonobo monarch Proximus Caesar. Kevin Durand, I don't know if you remember, he played the Blob in X-Men
Oh,
Origins
I like
Wolverine.
him. He's from
Yeah,
Lost.
he was on Lost.
Yeah,
Um,
he's great.
yeah, he's a good
He's a
actor.
really great actor. Tough
Yeah,
guy.
I had no idea how versatile he was until I saw him in this, and it's the same kind of respect I have for Andy Serkis, him and Owen Teague. Um, Although I can't off the top of my head who is Owen Teague.
I'm
I know
looking
the
at him
name.
here. So he was in It. Do you remember It, the new one?
Yeah,
Do you remember the friend, the Patrick Hockstetter? He's goes, the one who gets killed. And
he's
bad
the one
guy
that, yeah,
that's friends
he's the
with.
one that goes into the sewer
Right.
with his lighter and the
That's right.
hairspray or whatever. Yeah, okay.
That's where you would know him best from. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of anything else here that he's done. That's really He played Harold Lauder in the new The Stand show.
That's right, he did.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know who that is. Um
Yeah.
he did great as Noah. Again, it's hard to believe that you can get such nuanced performances from these actors in mocap suits. You're not seeing their faces. You're not seeing them necessarily on the screen, but they are there. They are putting so much emotion and so much of themselves into these characters, these ape characters that they are portraying. Um, it blows my mind that they don't get the recognition that they deserve.
William H. Macy was in it.
Yeah, he's one of the humans.
Oh, well, there you
Yeah.
go.
Uh, so visual effects. We've got director Wes Ball comparing the film's CG to that of James Cameron's Avatar franchise. We all know how much I think about the Avatar franchise.
Oh, yeah, you're
Uh,
like, that's not a selling point for you.
that's not, yeah, no, it's not. That's I would say that the CG in these films are better than the Avatar franchise. Now I will say the team used techniques from Avatar: The Way of Water for their action sequences that involved water. Um, it's just I haven't seen Avatar: The Way of Water, so maybe they did improve their CGI between the 11 years that the first Avatar came out and the second one did.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I don't care enough to see The Way of Water. I won't see it. I'm not just
Yeah. Are
We
you
need to change
okay?
the subject because I'm starting to get angry.
Hey, by the
Westfall,
way,
stop dumbing yourself down, Wes. Look,
Wes is the one who's done Maze Runner, and he is also the one who is slated to do the Legend of Zelda live action.
really?
Yeah.
Now that's a movie I
They
want to see.
announced that he's going to direct it. They announced it in November of 2023.
Fantastic.
I know.
So
Great.
that's gonna be a live action movie, right? That's not gonna be a computer animated like
Live
Super Mario
action.
Brothers. Okay.
Live action. Here's the
That's
thing.
scary. That's scary.
Will Link talk in it? You know,
He's
and the
got to.
answer should be no.
Well, no, he
No,
shouldn't, but he's got to. You
no, he
can't have
can't.
the main character not talk.
You know what? There's plenty of things that more is said through the eyes and the
The argument can be made that The Little Mermaid spent half of the movie without her voice,
very true. That's a good one.
but there was witchcraft involved.
There would
How do
be
you?
Ganon
I don't.
mute. He's a mute. He doesn't
Look,
speak.
I
You
think
want
you're
it to be the
just
voice of the cartoon? Well,
no. See, I think that's
excuse
it.
me,
I think
princess.
that's what the problem is, man. You are biased against a Link voice because the only exposure you've had to a Link voice is that obnoxious '80s cartoon where
Excuse
Link
me,
was
princess.
speaking, and he was so annoying.
He was. Oh my gosh, that was rough. I
And
had
they made him
my
a
kids
brunette.
watch it.
Like, let's not do that.
I bought the little DVD of all of those cartoons, and I had the kids watch it, and they enjoyed saying "Excuse me, princess" a lot. And at
Yeah.
first it was funny, and then now I can tell they're doing it because I get this twitch, when I hear it too much.
Now you're sorry you ever showed it to them.
I am. No, but I think Link should be quiet. I mean, it's gonna have to. The problem is like when you have a silent character like that, it's just like reading a book. Everybody's got their own visualization of who someone is. How are you going to put a voice to that? You know?
Well, all right. Well, I think there are ways that can work. I mean, they made so on the one hand, they made Hunger Games work, which I didn't know how that was going to work because it was told from Katniss's perspective in the books.
Right.
And it's like you get her inner monologue throughout the entire
That's
series,
true.
but you don't get that in the movies. I mean, you cannot get someone's inner monologue in the movies. But there's a movie that came out on Hulu last year. It was an alien invasion movie. I cannot remember the name of it, but there was no dialogue in the movie at all. Um, and I cannot, gosh, it was so good. It was so well done. I was very impressed by the fact that no one spoke.
Wow.
Um, and
Oh, you
it's
got to
killing me
find
that
it
I
now
can't think
because
of it.
you have to let me know what it
Oh
is.
yeah, I will. I'll let you know.
I know
And
we kind
it's
of gone off on the path
we are
here,
off the rails, guys. Sorry. For those of you listening and we're expecting to hear about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, we have derailed.
we were
Let's get
talking
back to it.
about Wes, the director,
We were we got into West Ball and then just went all over the place with him. Somehow we landed in Hyrule and
All right, I
we
want to
can't get
know
out.
how you felt. Did you like the movie, and where would you rank it in the new reboot? With the other three, where would you rank it?
Out of the four movies.
Yeah,
I did like it. I thought it was a worthy follow-up. It falls probably third for me.
yeah, with
So
War being fourth.
for me, we've got Rise, Dawn, or no.
Dawn
Yeah,
Rise.
Rise, Dawn is the second one, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Is that what
Yeah,
it
Rise of
is?
the Planet of the Apes with James Franco.
That's number one. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's number one. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is
Just-
number two. Kingdom and then War would be my favorite, like my order of
I'll
how
bet mine
well.
will be that way too. I'm willing to bet.
Like it's good. I will say, sorry, my dog's going crazy again. Critics have praised the film for its lovable characters. It has great visuals, top-notch action. Some say it doesn't quite reach the heights of its predecessors, but the film has grossed over $337 million worldwide so far as of this weekend. We're talking beginning of June. It is the sixth highest grossing film of 2024 so far. I mean, that says a lot for the film's reception, I think, because there's a lot of people who aren't going to the movies these days.
No. So do you think the next one will be called Romance of the Planet of the
It's
Apes?
the
And
Planet of
it's
the
like
Apes.
May and Noah, you know.
That would be interspecies. Yeah, let's
Sorry.
not go there.
Sorry.
Let's not bring bestiality into our podcast, okay?
Leia didn't kiss a Wookiee, that's for sure.
No. All
That we
right,
know of.
before we wrap up, I did want to mention that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is reportedly, oh, I did say this earlier, first of a new trilogy. Wes Ball has confirmed this, saying the film
Oh,
was conceived as the beginning of a trilogy that fits into the legacy of the previous three films. So would you be excited about the prospect of more Apes movies coming?
so long as he doesn't do it back to back to back. Like I need another time jump. I want to go towards the technological age. I
Yeah.
want to see like the first one was trying to accomplish. That would be the truest way to give honor to the premise, I'm assuming, of the book and the original movie, is to put them in a place where you literally could just like they're on smartphones, you know what I mean?
Oh,
They're
that would be
in
crazy.
lines at Star Apes, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing I would want to see. And then you have, humans that are I think if you're going to try, it depends on what story you're trying to tell. Because do you leave the movie feeling like you have a Caesar-esque character that you can ride along with two more movies with, like
Yeah,
May, Noah?
that's what I'm not sure about with Noah. Now I could see them building the trilogy around because they do leave it open with him and his clan going back to rebuild their village after it had been destroyed. But um, you know, I could get on board with them centering a trilogy around the same characters that we see in this one, having them for two more movies, only if there is the promise of a third trilogy. Let's go Star Wars saga on this, okay? A third trilogy that does another one of those time jumps, but goes way into the future and gets to the point where you're talking about where we have ape civilizations that do rely on technology the same way that humans rely on technology today.
Right.
Um, and maybe you see humans, but the only humans you see are in a zoo or like a wildlife preserve.
Yeah.
And this is where we would get our astronauts from the past who
Yeah.
come and are amazed by this planet of the apes.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
that would be interesting.
And
But
then you
I,
tie it
I
all
think
together.
I think I would rather have it happen quicker and not necessarily focus the next movie on Noah and the same characters that we have in this one, but
Move
do another
forward.
jump,
Do another
move
jump.
forward again, introduce new characters to us, and get us to the point where it's okay and it's plausible to have these astronauts and have this Charlton Heston type character come uh,
Right.
and interact with these futuristic apes.
Well, see, and then you could have two movies, which is pretty much what Charlton Heston had. He had his two movies, right, that he
Right.
was in. So I like that. Now, of course, you could say that the original trilogy was a focus around Cornelius and his wife, and that would be fair, I suppose. But the truth is like I still think that they would do more honor by having it wrapped up with two more movies, not five more
No.
movies. Like what I'm saying is like do two more here than a third trilogy. But yeah, yeah. Here's hoping, man. But I'm excited. I'm still gonna go see it.
Yeah, it's good. It's worth seeing for sure. All right, that is about all the time we have for today's episode. Um, Actually, we're wrapping up a little bit early, but that's okay. We only covered one film this time, and in the last episode we had to cover three, so we're doing what we can, and we even got lost in the weeds of Hyrule for a while.
Not a
So
bad place to get lost.
unless you're on the dark world side of things, that might be scary. Uh, be sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon so you'll be notified of whenever we post new episodes. And of course, guys, have a great whatever it is wherever you are.
See ya.